Hello and welcome back to part 7. And in this video, I'm just going to give you the daily update. Now, I think I want to stop working on this probably for a week because the UE4 game jam is starting. So I think I'll be working on that, but I'll be doing update videos for that every day. But I'll just let you know how I got on. So I've been trying to set up the behavior tree system. Just following along with the tutorial. But I'm not really happy with how it works, and I'm still a little confused how exactly it works. So, for instance, I've tried to set up a state that wasn't included in the tutorial, and I couldn't get it working. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably, when I come back to this next week, is rebuild all this again, see if I made any mistakes or anything. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up and not use this Blackboard system, because for the AI I need, I don't need really super complex AI, but I would like to understand this because I know going forward I'm going to need to understand this. So what this does is that it tells the enemy to find the player's location, it sets the walk speed, and then there's also a focus, and then they move to. Okay, and then once that's happening, once it's done that, it'll wander around the enemy within a radius. And then when a signal is sent from an enumerator, that is a kind of variable storage sort of thing if you've not used one before. And we change that in something called the AI controller. But I'm having trouble changing this when I want to. So for here, for example, I've set up a new state, and it doesn't work though. I don't fully know how understand it, so that's going to be something I'm going to focus on over the weekend, trying to get a better grasp of this, so I can, because there's no point in just following along with the tutorial. I need to be able to understand how it works so I can sort of adapt it and make it my own. But I'll show you what it does. Okay, so I'll just show you with one character first, and then I'll add another one in a minute. So we've got our guy. So this guy, he looks for us, and then he stabs us. Okay, and then he'll go into his holding position, and then he'll go to the position where I was, not where I am, and try and stab that position. If I stay there for too long, he'll come up and stab it. He's not really doing that much holding. You'll see he just kind of walks back and forwards, and I really want him to walk round more. So that's one of the things that I'm going to, when I rebuild it, I'm going to focus on how to get him to move around more. Because you'll see when, right, sorry, let me go back. One of the major problems I'm having is that I can't sort of switch off the AI state once he's dead. So if I just kill him now, I've put all that functionality in. You can see there's a health bar up there. I don't think I actually die yet, and he stays too close to me. But if he dies, I'll show you. Change weapon as well for the laugh. Check, see if that works as well. Now, once he takes 5 hits, he's dead, and that there is setting the enumerator to be dead. So that's what I was checking. That's why that print string shows up. But you'll see he's still doing all his AI behavior. Still coming to stab me every 4 seconds. So I don't know how to turn that off. So that's going to be my sort of task over the next couple of days, is to well, sorry, not the next couple of days, because like I say, the next week is going to be spent working on the Epic Game Jam, whatever that's going to be. I'm not sure if we'll even get a project started, but I'm going to have a go. And then when I come back to this, my main focus is going to be on learning these systems, because they seem like once you get your head around it, that they're going to be really powerful. But there's just a lot to learn. You have to learn about enumerators if you've not used them before. You have to learn about how these blackboards connect to the trees, and setting up the AI control is not too hard. But then there's all these. So you'll see these nodes. They're called tasks, and you'll have to set these tasks yourself. So if I just open one up, like find the player location. So here, all we're doing is when it receives the order to execute, we're getting the blackboard vector which we've created, which is this, and all we have here is a target location. So that's all we're storing is a vector, because that's all we need to do is we need to get the player's location. And then we set that blackboard value as a vector, okay? And then that's going to fill in that target location to be whatever we've set it to. In this case, get the player character and get his location. So that makes sense. That's easy enough. I understand all that. But the trouble I'm having is understanding, where is it? Is understanding how to trigger certain things. Like, for instance, I have... Anyway, I'm not going to go over it too much because, like I say, it don't work, so there's no point in going over things that don't work. But essentially, that's where I'm at with this. And I'm not going to really continue doing anything else on this project until I've figured this AI stuff out. Because we'll only need to build this once, and then we'll be able to attach this to every character. So that every character that walks, there's some that will be flying that we'll probably have to set. I mean, we'll still be able to use all this stuff, because we'll still need to, set our walk speed and find the location and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'd recommend that if a system with an Unreal confuses you, and the first time that you set it up, you don't fully understand it, which is probably going to be the case, then I would repeat that process a few times, just going over the same thing until you do understand it, or at least until you've got the basic grasp, and then you can set up these things on your own. So that's going to be after the game jam. Or we might find that I want to use AI for the game jam, so that I'll learn it over the weekend. Not that I think I'll be able to get to grips with this totally in a weekend. So yeah, so that's just the update for today. Look out for that video tomorrow, where I'll sort of go over what the theme of the jam is and go over my initial ideas, and hopefully I'll have got something set up tonight, because the theme comes in at 7 o'clock tonight, so in about an hour and 20 minutes. With any luck, I'll get some inspiration and we'll be able to get cracking with an awesome game jam thing. But likelihood is, it'll just be a great slog and nothing will come of it, but we shall see. Okay, so I'll see you in the next update video.